I told you I should have blown the thing up.
I said nothing
We could have avoided this whole fight,
Listen,
but no.
I said nothing about not doing that. Oh shit.
Alright.
12.
Hang on, let me get my shit out real quick. Nope. Let me. Computer, just pull up a sticky note. Come on.
Use the key and just lock the box again.
Ah, there we go. Okay, so Svein got a 12.
Yep.
What did Lobe and Kennam get?
Lobe got 7.
Oh, Lobe.
17.
Oh,
Kennam is on this shit.
I was gonna say, Kennam knows what's up with these mimics, yo. I'm gonna roll for Kevin now. I finally got Kevin all worked out. Wow, okay.
Oh yeah, Kevin's with us.
Yeah, Kevin got an 8. Alright, cool beats. So
She's still medium, to my knowledge.
Yes.
So we've got that firepower in case of
you
hurt.
do. Kennam, you're actually up first. You just tore your hand away from this lockbox that tried to eat you. Or
Jesus!
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Alright. I'm going to cast Friends on myself and point at this box and go, bad lockbox, bad!
Oh my god.
Trying to intimidate it into submitting.
Are you literally gonna be friends with every inanimate object in this house?
I'm damn well gonna try.
Well, you already failed on one account, so let's try again.
Yeah. Alright. So this is a charisma-based check, and I've got Friends, so...
Okay.
It's a very good thing, because that was not a good start. That one, on the other hand, if I'm intimidating this thing into, like, it's more of scolding it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a 23.
Oh my god! Okay, so you, pull your hand away from this thing that almost dehandicated? What's that called? Delimbed? Whatever. And
Forced amputation.
Forced amputation.
Oh, no.
And you, like, wave your finger at it, and you're like, bad mimic! That's not a good thing to do! And this mimic actually sort of curls in on itself, and it's like, is that
Not
it
a
for your
little,
turn?
I guess.
Is that it for you?
Yeah, I can't think of a way to follow that up.
Okay. The mimic would have gone, but now it's scared shitless. So, Svein, make me a move. Do you want to do anything?
Make a move.
Oh, I should have just asked the box to open. That would have been funny.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'll say this too. Pretty much since he scared the living bejesus out of this box, you can definitely say, I'm done. And then the initiative just ends. Which will be the fastest initiative you have to date. But yeah, if you don't want to, like, attack the box or anything like that, you can totally just skip it.
Yeah. Would you mind opening up for us?
Make me persuasion, but do it with advantage. Or I guess you can
Well, it's a good thing I get advantage. Those are 2. Alright, 13.
13. The box kind of trembles a bit, and it opens its mouth a little bit, and you kind of hear a and then it spits something out, and then it immediately hops off the chair and starts, like, running off to the shelves, whimpering all the way. If anyone wants to attack it, let me know. If not, I will end the fastest fight we have ever had to date.
Yep, yeah, I think that's about it.
Okay, so it runs off. Kennam, you're the closest to whatever it spat out. You look...
What? I cut out for that. My internet just crashed.
The chest just spit out something. It opened up, spit out something on the floor, and then just ran off.
He was a scared little baby.
Yeah.
So, Kennam, again, you're closest to whatever it spat out. You kneel down, sort of brush off the goo.
It's a bomb.
It's a... it's a bomb! No. You brush it off, and it looks like a small letter, kind of made of iron, somewhat fancy design, and it is the letter R.
Okay.
Ooh. It looks like this adventure was brought to us by the letter R.
No, wait, that's the count.
That's okay. We can count to R.
Okay, good. But yeah, so do you pocket this weird metal R?
I mean, I'm sure gonna hold on to it, but I want to poke my head down the hallway and go, "Wait, come back!"
No, this mimic is long gone by now.
I know, but he's gonna try anyway.
Okay. Solid attempt. Yep. That's all you really see in this library. You've got the book. You've got this weird R. That's pretty much it for this room. You don't find anything else of interest.
Well, that was really odd.
You can say that again.
And Svein's just gonna take a quick look around and see if any of these books look interesting, and if not, he's just gonna take like maybe 4 of them, just shove them in his bag.
Okay.
Yep, just randomly, just read them later. Who knows?
You just like randomly pick out 4 books. It should be noted that JM still has that very, very old version of the wooden cradle.
Yeah, for now.
For now.
I want to make it known, just some fun world-building stuff. While we, out of character, know what a mimic is, and this is totally normal within a D&D environment, in this world, that's not a thing that usually happens. Just want to throw it out there. Like, you guys have never... The first living creature that is made of an object you have seen is Florence. And as far as you know, that was the only thing that could do that. And then this thing popped up.
No, that thing would be the third, because we have a doll that is currently...
Yeah, we have
Okay,
Jackson Michael here.
That's... Fucking Jackson Mikes. So you guys then exit the library. You have 2 more doors to the east, 1 more door straight ahead.
All right. Which door, JM?
JM looks at the doors. Again, doesn't really seem impractical to one or the other. It seems very preoccupied, actually kind of thumbing through the picture book.
Svein looks over at the book for a second and then goes, "Well, let's try this door on the right here. Let's try this one."
Okay, so the one that's closest to the staircase, or the one that's closest to the door?
We'll do the one on the staircase.
Staircase?
Yep.
Okay.
He's gonna look that over, make sure everything is safe and stuff.
Hunky dory and stuff.
Yep.
Cool beans.
22.
Yep, nope, this is definitely a door. This door, as you look it over, looks very well built. Sturdy door. It's also been splatter colored in paint. You can see like tiny little hands have sort of just run around the surface and have painted a bunch of like weird shapes and squiggles on top of this door. And actually, as you swing around to this door, JM looks really excited.
Svein was about to comment on the door, but seeing JM look excited, he's gonna just not say anything.
Never mind. We'll say for now, because we don't. Tom had to go do something. Kennam stayed in the library for a bit. Oh, hi there. So your party chose to go to the door closest to the staircase. It's a door covered in like finger painting, and JM seems very excited about this door.
Yeah, I heard a good chunk.
Oh, good.
All right, so Svein's gonna open that door.
Cool. This room, if you couldn't guess, is probably a child's room. There's more finger painting. All seems to be different various animals on the wall. There are a chest of drawers. This is some weird writing. Basically a a wardrobe.
It's a drawer of chests.
Yeah, it's a wardrobe. There's some chests and a toy box to like next to the bed. And you see that there's like a crib sort of pushed off to the corner as well. And as you sort of like are taking this in, you hear like a very quiet
Now open your mouth if you're currently alive. Maybe I should have spanned it to conscious.
Svein's gonna try and do a little perception.
Okay.
Figure out where that's coming from.
Roll it, Timmy.
21.
21. Yeah, you are immediately aware that it is coming from the direction of the crib.
Oh.
Very cautiously make our way.
Yes, yes.
Very cautiously make our way away from the crib.
Okay. So you kind of all tiptoe towards the crib,
Mm-hmm.
and as you look down, you see a baby. And
Like a
not
normal baby.
like a normal ass baby. It's a normal ass baby.
Not like PT in the
No,
sink,
no
baby.
PT baby. This is she looks to be a female, 14 months old, Kennam. It's kind of weird.
Race?
What? Yeah, I was
Like
getting
what
to that.
race?
No, I was getting to that. It's weird. She kind of looks like a halfling, but there's just parts about her that don't.
Kennam, it's your kid.
Yeah, well, no. There's parts of her that don't quite line up. Like the facial structure is sort of different, the ears are different, and you notice that she sort of has. What's the best way to put this? Well, she has. Like, it almost looks like she has scales on her cheek, kind of like fish scales. And yeah, that's just a little baby sleeping in the crib. Or at least she was sleeping until y'all came over there and looked at her, because now she opens her eyes. By the way, look like very creepy fish eyes. And she starts screaming.
Quick detect magic to make sure this isn't like a spooky ghost baby.
Well, the first thing I'm going to need y'all to do is make me a constitution save.
Well, I guess Kennam's used to this kind of shit because he rolled a 19.
Woo!
Nice. 22.
Very
Oh,
I
wait,
guess
it's a
Svein is
constitution.
also.
14. Fish
Okay.
babies are not my specialty.
No, like you all manage to sort of like clap your hands over your ears as this thing starts to scream. No damage taken. Kennam, you said you were making a magic detection roll.
Yeah, quickly making sure this isn't like ghostly spooky baby.
Okay, so you detect magic. It starts to sort of faintly glow blue, and then for a very brief second, it turns skeletal. Like, very, very quick. Like, you almost missed it. The outline becomes a skeleton. It's rotting away. It weirdly looks like a fish, but then it flashes back and it's a baby. Still screaming, but a baby.
Jam, you're on the scene! I tossed the doll at the baby.
Okay, so you kind of just dropped JM into the crib. The book.
They're gonna have a cage match.
No, the book kind of falls to the side. JM picks itself up and it hurries over to the baby, and you watch as its little cloth arms like stroke its head and kind of like nuzzles against the head, trying to calm it down. And eventually, the baby stops crying, and it kind of rolls up into a sitting position, and it giggles. She giggles a little bit, and she hugs the doll. And at this point, it is safe to take your ears off of. Damn it! I mean your hands off your ears. Don't take your ears off your hands. That'd be weird.
Just take our ears off of you.
Yes.
That's what you're gonna say.
But
Yeah.
this little weird fish spectral baby seems to be okay now. She lets go of JM, who sort of stands attentively by to make sure she doesn't cry again. And this baby looks up at you guys, and she holds up your hands, and she kind of babbles a bit, like blah, blah, blah.
Kennam's gonna do what Kennam does best and take care of children.
Okay, so you're gonna
Scoop this baby up and, like bounce it around, hold it,
Okay.
baby stuff.
She giggles. She seems to enjoy this very much. And as you're sort of pacing around the room, you pass by the toy box, and she looks over it, and she points another chubby hand. She's like, "Box, box, box."
Adorable, she can speak.
I mean, as best as a baby who's
Yeah.
15 months old can speak.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
And
a word. uh,
possibly a super skeleton
A
ghost.
super spooky skeleton ghost, yes.
Alright, I guess let's go into the box and see what's up. First, I'm gonna ask the box to open.
It doesn't.
Yes, let's start this on the right foot.
It doesn't open by request.
I'm just
Boxes
going to-
around here are so strange.
I'm just gonna stare at this thing and go, oh, so it's gonna be like that, huh? He's gonna open the box himself.
You at least try to open the box. The box is locked.
Oh,
But,
they don't want the baby getting the toys.
Actually, I would say on that, the little baby actually sort of wiggles out of your arms, Kennam, and she toddles over to the box, and without any effort at all, she takes both of her hands and sort of leans into it, and it pushes open as if it wasn't just locked 2 seconds ago. And she...
Well, now it's just being a dick.
Kennam, you're not the best with boxes,
He's a
are
bit of a
you?
weakling, it's okay. But the little toddler giggles, and she looks over at you, Kennam, and she kind of like... She doesn't slap your face, but she like pats it awkwardly. And she says, "Thank you!" And then the baby is gone.
I'll look in the box.
You look in the box, which is totally empty. By the way, there is nothing in this box except another one of those metal letters. And this time, it's an A.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and call it ahead of time. It spells ears, right?
Wait, you have an R and an A. How does that spell ears?
How? Yeah. It's in a different language.
Yeah, there you
Yeah, it could probably be in a different language.
That's fair.
I also, Kennam is also under the impression, well, I'm also under the impression that, ears is spelled E-A-R-S-E,
Oh,
but it could be E-I-R-S-E. You never really released a, spelling?
maybe I shouldn't now. But yeah, JM sort of like wiggles through the bars and it's back in Lobe's arms. And it points to the door, signaling that that was it. That was all that was in this room.
Svein's gonna look at the letter and he's just gonna nod and say, well, probably only 24 more to go. And then he's gonna scoop up the book
Okay.
that got dropped to
Nothing
the ground
that JM
earlier.
just so happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys exit back into the hallway. You now have 2 doors to choose from. The last door to the east and then the door directly ahead of you.
Door directly ahead, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Uh,
Svein's gonna check
I
that
was gonna
door
say, do you
out.
check the door again.
Oh! Natural 20 plus 4.
Okay. It's just a door, so I'm really sad that you wasted that roll now.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just a fucking door. No
That's
traps.
right.
100% no traps. You can tell that...
Svein's.
Yeah.
Svein's just gonna walk forward and just push it open.
Okay, you go to walk open and push it open. Hang on just a hot second. I gotta figure out which one this is. And, you go to push this door open, and you just run into the door because it is 100% locked.
Oh.
Hey, door, would you mind opening?
The door does not open.
How are we supposed to know when we're supposed to ask things? When we're
Can I
not.
roll persuasion to try and open the door?
You can, while you're trying to persuade a door to open. Lobe, JM is sort of tugging at your sleeve.
Yes, Jim, what's up?
And JM looks super freaked out. Like, maybe it doesn't quite want you to go through that door.
So...
Jim thinks this might be a bad idea.
Oh, let's not go in there then.
I'm gonna click
Would
the
you rather
door.
go to the other door, Jim?
JM nods.
Oh, there we go.
Quick side note.
Yeah.
The result of that persuasion was a 15,
It's-
and my persuasion is 5.
It still doesn't open.
That's
Just
one
curious.
sassy door.
It's a very sassy door.
We'll have to have a talk with that door later.
Okay, so Lobe then opens the next door. No trap goes off. And as you step into this room, you get the impression that this is a much older ladies' room. There's like a floral pattern wallpaper. Again, it looks
Ew.
like a lot of the floor was hand-drawn by somebody. There's a single door to the northeast corner of the room. Then there, I believe, is another door. I think there's 2 doors in this room. Okay, no. Just 1 door. Okay. So there's 1 door in this room. Again, sorry if I, like, randomly stop and, like, I'm looking at something. It's because I am.
Well,
And...
technically there's 2 doors, right? Because the one we
okay,
entered,
yeah.
the one
Well,
If you want to
yeah.
get real technical here.
Yes.
So you see in this room, aside from that door, there is a makeup desk with a wooden chair kind of pushed into it, a full-length mirror, and like a billion dresses hung up in this closet. And you notice that they're very well made. It looks like they're new, but they're very small. They almost look Kennam size. But again, they're sort of made a little weird. Like, Kennam, you've seen halflings make clothing, and this doesn't really look like the way they make it.
Well, that's a full closet.
I mean, I'm sure they did the best they could with the materials they had.
That's fair. The very last thing you see as you're looking around this room is a wooden, or not a wooden hatch. I gotta get stupid brain. A steel hatch, bronze hatch, metal hatch in the ceiling that appears to open up to an attic.
Well, Cham, do we go up?
JM shrugs, and it seems very fixated on the makeup table.
Perhaps there's something over here. Maybe another letter.
So you go over to the
Svein's gonna take a look, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you guys go over to the makeup desk. Has a lot of different, like, powders and lipsticks and blushes and, you know, girl things. And immediately Jam kind of wiggles out of your grip again, Lobe, and it starts running around the desk really excitedly. Like, it picks up a lipstick and starts trying to put it on her face. She's like a tiny doll person, so she's just kind of like smears it on her face. So JM is having fun with this. And you see that there's a couple drawers on this vanity as well.
Gonna try the top drawer.
Okay.
What?
What's up?
Kennam, do you think we should ask the drawers if they'd like to open?
Hey, drawer, would you like to open?
The drawer does not open!
It's very strange here.
Oh
Okay. Svein's gonna open up the top drawer, or at least try to.
Okay. You pop open the top drawer, and you find a couple things, you know, maybe like some combs, a couple bottles of perfume, but you also find a small journal. And this journal, compared to everything else that you have seen in this house so far, looks the proper age. It looks like it's been here for quite a while. Like, the binding is sort of coming undone, the leather is worn in certain places.
It's very odd. Looks different from everything else here, don't you think? Let's have a look inside.
Okay. Pop open the journal. How long does comprehend languages last?
I want to say it's only an hour, but let me double check that. I still have it up.
Okay. While he's looking that up, does Lobe or Kennam want to do anything?
I'll grab the latch to the attic and start pulling it down.
Okay. For that, I'm going to need you to roll me a strength check, because it's a very, 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 very heavy door latch thing.
Okay, 1 hour.
1 hour? Okay, so you definitely still have it. Lobe, the result of that strength?
14.
14? Yeah, not quite. It budges a little bit, but you can't quite get it to go all the way.
Oh.
Svein, you open up this book. Again, can read this cover to cover, but you flip through a couple of entries, and one catches your eye in particular. And it reads, I wandered through my life until, what's the name? Oh, here we go. I wandered through my life until Jean Marie came into it. We pride ourselves on our aimless wanderlust, but mine was just aimless. She is the single greatest person in my life, and she won't even get to use this room. Not unless I have a say in it.
That's kind of interesting. So I'm going to relay this to everyone else.
Okay.
And then Svein's going to point to JM and say, so perhaps Jean Marie then?
Before the doll makes a response, you hear somebody cry out in the hallway, and the sound of something splashing.
Well, I hope someone didn't spill the drink.
Jeez.
Investigate the sound.
Yes.
Investigate the sound. Okay, so you guys kind of bust back out into the hallway, and it seems like the sound is coming from that door. The original,
The closed one?
The closed one that JM didn't want you going through in the first place.
Hello? Do you need help?
You hear more splashing, you hear another shout, and then it goes eerily quiet.
Time to kick the door down.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Roll me that strength check. Nice and strengthy.
Oh, no. 6.
Okay, you try and kick the door, but this door is made of tougher stuff.
Hold on in there! Going again.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not doing it today. 8.
You...
Here, let me take a look.
Okay.
Spain's gonna take a look at the lock, see if he can do anything with his remaining lock picks.
You definitely can try.
I'm gonna go back to the other room and find a big heavy object.
Okay. Svein, you can attempt to lockpick the door as Lobe goes to find a heavy object.
All right, 22.
Okay. You get your stuff, your little picks in the lock, and this time you're a little more humbled. Not gonna try and show off, you know. And you manage to pop the lock open. Crazy thing though, I'm gonna mention this to Kennam since Kevin's sort of standing next to you. As all this is happening, you notice that Kevin hasn't left that sort of older lady's room. She is in there. She is like laying on the ground, and she is looking at you like, you ain't getting in that room.
Did I find something heavy in the other room that can go and no now?
Yeah, you do. But you come out, and by this point, Svein has unlocked the door.
Well, what heavy thing do I have with me?
Let's say you picked up like one of the.
Kennam.
No, let's say you picked up like one of the smaller vanity dressers.
Okay.
So now you just have that with you?
Yep.
Okay. Do you all enter into the room?
Yep.
Kennam's gonna chill with Kevin, actually.
Get up here, actually. Oh my god. Okay. Cool beans. So, then I guess it's Lobe and Svein. You barrel through this door, and sitting inside a large iron bathtub are... Well, there's two figures. The first one is definitely in this bathtub. It looks like a child-size halfling-looking thing, but again, it doesn't look right. Like, this one has feathers instead of hair. Its eyes look very predatorial, and not gonna lie, the nose sort of looks hardened like a beak. It is currently this boy, we'll call him a boy. This boy is currently being held underwater, and holding this boy down is this creepy ass shadowy figure that has no discernible shape whatsoever, other than the fact that it is humanoid.
I smash it with the dresser.
Okay.
Oh.
You throw the dresser at this shadowy figure.
No. I smash it with the dresser.
Okay. You smash it with the head,
Top down.
like WWE, and
So I can't hit the kid.
yeah. So you smash it over the shadowy figure. It goes straight through, and the shadowy figure.
That's not good.
Yeah, the shadowy figure actually turns to look at you, and it says, it's like shrieking at you, like, "Get out! Get out!" And it kind of pushes you towards the door with some unseen force.
All right. Let go of the child.
You see the shadowy figure. Its face is kind of turned back to away from you. It's still drowning this child, and it says, "I have to do this. I have to do this for her."
Let's see. What do I have? I believe I have Turn Undead.
Ooh,
Let's go with that.
what is that?
Ooh.
Each undead that can see or hear must make a Wisdom saving throw. If the creature fails its saving throw, its turn for 1 minute or until it takes damage. A turned creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can, and it can't willingly move into a space 30 feet of you. It also can't take reactions. For its action, it can only use the dash action or try and escape from an effect that prevents it from moving.
Okay.
If an undead of CR 1/2 or lower fails its saving throw, then it is instantly destroyed.
Oh my.
Oh.
CR 1 or half or lower.
Yeah,
Holy shit. Okay.
will just be destroyed.
It just goes boom. Okay. So you cast this spell, and as you're casting this, you sort of notice that JM is thoroughly burrowed like into your arm. Like, it is not looking at this scene. It is thoroughly freaked out. And
Okay.
as you sort of cast this white light, shoots across the bathroom, weirdly curves around this shadowy humanoid, and it touches the kind of, there's no way around this, the bird boy, and the bird boy turns to dust in the shadowy creature's hands, and you see the bathroom sort of start to warp a bit. What looked really nice suddenly looks super ancient and decrepit. There actually isn't any water in this bathtub. What looked like there was in there is a pile of bones, which you now just turned to dust.
Uh-oh.
And the shadowy creature slowly stands up. Its hands are by its side, and it looks at you with these tiny pinprick eyes, and it shouts, "What did you do? What did you do?" And the whole fucking room just starts to implode on itself a little bit. So my suggestion would be to get the fuck out of there.
That's exactly what Svein's doing.
Okay.
Yep.
Time to bail.
Time to bail. So I would like to flip to Kennam's perspective real quick. Kennam, you and Medium Kevin are like standing outside. Or no, you're still in the ladies' room, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you and Kevin are just hanging out in the ladies' room. Kevin's like eating a thing of lipstick or whatever. It's hilarious. You suddenly watch as Lobe and Svein are like fucking beelining it out of this room, kind of a little bit down the hallway, as if their lives depended on it. And as you sort of head out of this door and look towards where that door was leading to the bathroom, it doesn't exist anymore. It's just a wall.
So Kevin.
Kevin looks at you like, what would I have done, really?
How about you and I figure out what this hatch is while they're calming down?
Okay. Svei and Lobe, you're currently, I'm sure, panting like crazy in the hallway, kind of trying to catch your breath.
Yep.
That was close.
So you guys are...
Did not expect that one.
Yeah, no, so you guys are catching your breath and stuff. And suddenly you hear this metal clatter, and JM wiggles out of your arms and is running towards where the bathroom once was, and it picks up something and it's rushing it back to you, as if it too could suddenly magically disappear unless one of you grab it.
Oh. I hope Jam doesn't disappear.
So she runs over, she gives you a small metal letter, Lobe, and it says J.
Damn.
Well, here, you can put it with your other ones.
And I hand it to Sven.
Okay. Good job.
Okay. We've got 3.
All right.
R, an A, a J, jar.
John.
Let's look for a jar.
Okay. Oh, God,
Sounds like a plan.
Yes.
Okay.
Jars are kept in the kitchen.
And let's stay away from bathrooms for
Okay.
at least a little while.
Meanwhile, with
I told you it was
Kennam,
Sounds good.
I told you it was PT bathroom, baby.
meanwhile with Kennam, what are you doing to open this attic door?
So first off, how far up is this thing?
Lobe could easily like reach up and try and push it open. You will probably need to stand on something.
Yeah,
I
thought
may
I was
have taken
standing on
away one of
Kevin.
those somethings.
Yeah.
The thing I was gonna stand on Kevin, but I didn't know, or sit on Kevin and try and get it, but I needed to know if I needed to make him bigger, her bigger.
Oh no, like if you stand up on Kevin, you'll be able to reach just fine.
Okay. I'm gonna try this thing, like try and open this thing, because maybe Lobe loosened it,
Like a jar of pickles.
like a jar of pickles.
Okay, that's great.
Do I roll?
Yeah, you gotta roll strength.
Oh, 17.
Wow, really? Holy shit, maybe it was like a jar of pickles situation. Yeah, you get up on Kevin, you pop this bad boy open with some effort, and a little ladder sort of slides down, and you can now
Power
get,
of the wizard dice, I guess.
and now you have access to the attic.
Cool. Can I see in the attic?
Yeah, if you climb up the ladder.
Okay. Yeah, I'm bringing. Can I get Kevin up there?
No.
Like,
No, you cannot. Kevin is too big, and she cannot
Can-
climb ladders.
can I like get her to shoot fire out a window or something to shrink her down?
Technically, yes.
Okay. Let's shrink her down for now, because I may need her up in the attic.
Okay, so let's just flip back to Lobe and Svein real quick, who just got this, like, metal letter and the fucking nightmare fuel of the century. Now, all of a sudden, you hear this sound of shattering glass, and the room gets a little hotter. Like, even in the hallway, you feel like these wafts of heat.
Oh.
And you hear Kevin, like, bleeding, meh! And then it sort of shrinks down into a meh!
Oh. What is going on?
Head to the room.
As I say,
I guess so.
As you
Oh,
investigate,
no.
you see that Kevin is now tiny again, and Kennam is halfway up this ladder that's leading to an attic.
Care to join?
I suppose.
Up the ladder
Maybe.
we go.
Okay, so you all head up to the attic. The room
Mm-hmm.
is very dark and musty. Even with your lanterns, it's almost like an oppressive darkness. It's kind of shaped like an L. There's a bunch of boxes and crates, old and damaged furniture, barrels, a large pile of items covered with white canvas sheets, and there's also a door on the south wall.
Detect magic.
Okay, you
Old antique rooms usually have magic.
usually have some bullshit. You sense I guess you see, in sort of one of these old vanity sets, there is a glowing, looks like a wand, which is pretty cool. Also, though, under two canvas sheets are weirdly large humanoid-shaped figures.
I'm gonna go pick up the wand first.
I will tell you now that wand is close by to those two shaped figures.
Close by? Is that what you said?
Yes, it is close by. So if you want to get it without alerting them, you might have to sneak snunk.
Svein, you have mage hand, don't you?
Yes, I do. Do you see something?
Champ, thoughts?
JM just sort of points to those sheets and makes sort of like a throat cutting motion with her hand, and then shakes its head. And then points to you three and makes that same motion.
I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that. Shoot.
Is there around me?
Oh. All right,
Oh, wait.
Svein.
Whoa.
Let's just light them on fire.
Wait, try that
No,
again.
no,
I know
no.
what to do. Let's just light the sheets on fire.
Okay, well.
What do you think about this, Jam?
Fire
good?
Fire
JM
good?
is like, you know how the referees do that thing with their hands where they're like, no, everyone stop, the play is wrong. She was
Okay.
doing that at like top speed, like, no.
Okay. Svein, let's just mage hand the wand and get out of here.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea.
Similar to the master bathroom, let's just fucking bounce.
Yeah.
Not the master bathroom, the downstairs bathroom.
It's the bastard bathroom, and I was like, bastard child.
It could be the master bathroom, who knows?
I mean, they were trying to drown him, so...
Yeah,
That's a fair point. But
it's true.
that's a fair point.
Alright, grabbing that wand.
Okay. You grab a snag that wand. You're gonna have to excuse me for a second. I did not expect you to like cheat with mage hand and get this shit.
No, the wand is ours.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't feel like trying to skim through all this shit. You mage hand this wand out of here. It should be noted that the humanoids under the sheet kind of twitch a bit, and then they settle back down. And now you have this wand in your hands.
Sweet.
Let's get out of here.
Fuck it.
Getting
let's go.
out.
Time to go, kids.
Let's bounce.
Let's bounce. Okay, so you make your way back downstairs. And you... I say, I should notes... Oh, wait. Oh, there's two. Okay. I should note real quick as well, as you're looking around this attic, there does seem to be a door that quite possibly leads farther into this attic, but at the moment, y'all are like, fuck it, and I can appreciate that.
Oh, but doors.
Not the doors. No more
What does
doors.
Jam think about the door?
The door ahead of you? Like the door that's still in the attic?
Jam, what about that door?
Jam does not look thrilled about that door, but...
Alright.
No.
She kind of makes this face like... He like pats your shoulders, Lobe, as if to say, in time. In time.
Alright, back down.
Hey, Joe, are you alive?
Oh my god, it's not alive. So
Have
you...
to ask.
So you get back downstairs, you are now in that hallway again. Do you want to check on that wand?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So Svein just kind of takes a look at it, but he's not very magically inclined, so then he hands it over to Kennam, like, well, do you want to take a look at that?
Yeah.
I have
I've got
no
a
idea what it
plus-
does.
I have a +7 in Arcana.
Okay.
That totals out to an 18.
That's a good roll.
Woo!
Actually, it was a pretty shit roll, but a good bonus.
That's a bonus. So, Kennam, you realize that this wand is a wand of wonder. And basically, it's a wild card of sorts. I'm looking over the list now, and it does like a bunch of super dope things. Here's the caveat, however, to this wand. It has to be attuned by a spellcaster, which essentially means you have to form a magical bond with it.
Cool.
Ooh.
And as far as you can tell, this wand has 7 charges.
Alrighty.
But until you sort of pledge your allegiance to the wand, you cannot use it.
Alright.
Neat!
Let's just, like, put that in my backpack. Go on.
Okay. I should note as well, as you start to stick this wand in your pocket, or in your backpack, wherever you stick it, it kind of slides to the bottom, but it feels heavier all of a sudden, like something was just added on to it for some reason.
Okay, gonna look.
And you pull it back out, and you watch sort of this weird... It's like metal is dripping off of it, and as it does, you see that it's slowly taking the shape of another A.
So we had Mimichrome for a second.
Oh, yeah. We just got a booster pack of it.
Got a booster pack.
Do I get
Now it's a jar.
Now it's a jar. But yeah, so the only place you have not explored on this floor here is the door through the vanity room.
Alright, well, I guess
Well,
that's where we go.
let's go there.
Okay.
And let us remember that door ajar.
Door ajar. Got it. I assume you do your usual spiel of checking for traps and
That's right.
checking
Yep.
if it'll open. I will tell you now, it does not open on command, and there are no traps.
Got a 19 for trap checking.
Yeah, still no traps.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay, so you open up this next door, and you discover that it is a very large bedroom, more than likely the master bedroom. There's another door off to the side, and a huge bed, as per expected for a master bedroom. There's a chest of drawers. Again with that phrasing. What the hell is a chest of drawers? Are you trying to say a wardrobe? Or like a dresser?
Yeah.
It's a dresser. Jesus. A dresser sits just along the wall as well. There's an old rocking chair, and there is also the only window in the mansion, aside from... Oh, Jesus Christ. I need to make a note of something real quick. You notice all this shit in the room, and it's great and all. You also notice that there is a window in this room. That window has since been shattered, and you can actually see bits of flame everywhere, because I just remembered Kevin shot fire through this window.
Oh, Kevin.
So the bed is currently kind of catching on fire.
Oh,
Well, I guess no nap times there.
attempt to put fire out?
Okay. Stop, drop, and roll. It's pretty easy to put out. You just, like, pat it down a bit. The walls definitely look like they got scorched by something, but again, they're made of brick, so nothing too detrimental. And as you look farther back, you see that there was another window. It looked like a stained glass window, but because of that whole fireball incident, it's totally shattered. So, can't...
Now it's a broken glass window.
Yeah, now it's super broken. So, yeah, that's this room.
Well, should we check the next room? Does it look like there's anything in here that's not on fire?
Sound good to you, Jam? Oh,
Uh,
sorry. Sound good to you, Jam?
You know, I just realized us saying this really fast sounds like J-A-M, like jam.
That's how I've been doing it.
Oh my god, that's so cute. Jam seems super duper cool about moving to the next room. She's actually looking at this stained glass window really nervously. It's like, yeah, no, let's go. No, let's go. No, let's go right now.
Move to the next
okay.
room.
Alright.
I want to make a note, though, that my little magic casters here, so Lobe and Kennam, you see that rocking chair that I had mentioned earlier, and this looks like the fucking most comfortable rocking chair you've ever seen in your life. Like, the craftsmanship is gorgeous. It's got, like, those plush seats.
We're taking it with us. We need some new furniture for Florence anyway. A lot of it probably broke.
Are you seriously picking up this?
No, Svein can't carry that.
Okay.
But Lobe can.
Steve is gonna pick up this.
No.
I'll come back for it.
Kennam, do you want to do anything about that, or?
I ain't touching anything. I can't carry that.
Okay, no, fair enough. Okay, so
I am a 2'11" wizard.
that's...
You're a short-ass wizard.
It is a short-ass wizard.
Yes. You're half the size of Svein.
I mean, that's fair. Okay.
Or
so-
not half, but yeah.
Close.
Pretty close.
So you kind of quickly make your way through this room, and open the door. Again, the door doesn't magically open. It just opens like a normal ass door.
Mm-hmm.
And as you shut this door, you suddenly hear like another crashing sound. Like
From
not just
in front of us? Behind us?
from the room you were just in. Like it sounds like shattering glass, but also maybe walls breaking a bit, like brick just hit the ground.
Open the door back up.
Okay.
Peek on through. Hello?
You do a little peeky peek, and Lobe, you almost can't believe what you're seeing, but it looks like two large gargoyles have somehow made their way into this room and
Oh,
just
why?
and just like the mimic, they are moving. They are moving of their own volition.
Kennam, perhaps
I'll-
you'd like to have a word with them?
Door back.
You're just gonna push that door closed, no worries.
Just shut the door.
Like you see JM even like putting her hands on your hand slam, just like shutting the door slowly. But you now find yourself in what looks like a blanket closet. There's a lot of blankets and sheets and comforters and pillows and throws and quilts. And across the way there seems to be another door leading to another room ahead of you. And of course you have that other door behind you, but it's preoccupied.
Lobe whispers, I recommend going to the other door.
She nods. This is a good
Moving
idea.
forward.
Okay.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, so no checking the linen closet or anything like that?
Well, Svein will check it real quick.
Okay.
16.
16. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
As you're walking past the shelves, Svein, you catch a glint off of one of your friend's lanterns. And you kind of fish around in the linens, and you find a silver flask.
Ooh. Hey, take a look at this.
Turn to look.
It's a silver flask.
It's nice.
It's like
wonder what's... He's gonna unscrew it.
Okay.
See maybe what's inside there.
The very powerful scent of alcohol suddenly overtakes your nostril senses.
Ooh.
It
Put the lid back on.
It smells like a delicious combination of blackberries and rum.
Well, might be needing this after this little adventure. Let me just store that away.
And as you go to like pocket it, you hear something pink against the inside of the flask.
Take the flask back out again, and I guess open it up and look inside.
I mean, it's
See if I
really-
can
yeah, it's like really fucking dark in there. But I just remembered you have dark
Yeah.
vision, so who cares?
Yeah.
You see that in this flask, there's another metal letter, and it's an M.
Well, it looks like there's a W in here. Oh wait, let me turn. Or it could be an M.
How are we gonna get it out?
Could make it like sideways, weird sideways.
Yes. Maybe it's all of those. I think we figured it out.
You solved the
No.
puzzle.
Mew! Oh my god, it's a Pokemon!
Oh,
That explains so much.
we did it.
But yeah, so there's just this M at the bottom of this, which you assume now is an alcohol flask.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. I guess we know that we have that now.
Move on to the next room, I guess.
Yes,
Just
let's
gonna
go.
Keep it in there for safekeeping. Good call.
Yeah, that's right.
Good call, good call. Okay, so you push into the next room, and this seems to be the broom closet. It's literally just a broom closet. It's filled with like brooms and mops and buckets and all those things. And on the highest part of the shelf, you notice 4 glass bottles that are marked wood polish.
Ah.
And Kennam,
Alright.
Yeah.
guess where
I'm
these
sure
lie on a scale
it's
of 1 to
flammable.
gasoline.
Yeah, Kennam's holding on to that shit, because even if he can't set it on fire, he does know carpentry.
It's fair.
So I could always use wood polish.
Okay.
Alright, well, what's the heaviest object in that room?
A bucket.
Because apparently we gotta go back.
Not true. You enter the broom closet and you find that there is yet another door, right in front of you.
This is a very weird house.
I guess through that door then.
So you open this door, and you find yourself in another bedroom. There's like a large four-post canopy bed. There's another dresser and a full-body mirror.
Neat.
Yep.
Anything speak to you, Jam?
Jam looks around the room for a bit, and she seems to be fixated on the mirror.
Guess go check out the mirror.
Is everyone else going to go check out the mirror, or is everyone else
Yes.
going to check out the other
Yeah.
stuff? Okay. So you get closer to this mirror, and you notice that there is writing at the top of its frame. Again, though, written in that weird language that you can't quite discern. But to you, Svein, the writing says, "Look behind."
Okay, everyone, it says, look behind.
I turn around.
And so does Svein.
Okay. You turn around, and immediately in front of you is that dresser.
Okay, well, that's better than a big, scary ghost.
That's
so
true.
That's
Agreed.
I was totally expecting something to jump out. I mean, this is horror movie 101, guys.
Jam shrugs.
well, we're
Back to the
not
dresser.
we're not done yet. Let's check this. Let's check this chest of drawers.
Okay. Fucking hate phraseology. Okay, so you
Spain's gonna check the bottom drawer.
You look through these, the bottom drawer first. It's empty.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 drawers
Useless.
total. Well, there's 3 drawers. We'll say there's 3 drawers.
Middle drawer then.
It
No,
is
we'll just
also
keep
empty.
going. Keep going up.
And here we go, everyone. Spain pulls open the top drawer.
I'm prepping a fire bolt at this point,
Okay.
by the way.
A puff of dust kind of expunges from the dresser, but it is also empty.
Ooh.
I pick up the dresser.
Okay. You pick the dresser up, maybe give it a little shake. There is 100% nothing on, in, or around this dresser.
I put the dresser back down.
Okay.
Spain shuts all the drawers. It just says, well, I guess there's just nothing in this dresser. It's just a perfectly ordinary dresser.
You know, you say that like I'm suddenly gonna turn into like a trap or a mimic, but I'm dead serious. This is just a dresser.
Kennam's gonna turn around a second time. He's gonna look behind.
Spain's just kind of watching it.
Wait, are you looking behind as in looking back at the mirror, or like at the mirror
Yeah,
and looking behind a
I'm
second time?
Well, we're currently looking at the dresser, which is behind the mirror. So I'm gonna look behind that.
And look at the mirror again?
I guess. Yes, he's
Okay.
gonna just do a total 180 jump and be like, "Ha!"
No, it's just a mirror still with the writing.
Spain's gonna go back over to the mirror and look what is look at I guess what is physically behind the mirror,
Okay.
not in the reflection,
So
but
you kind of push the mirror to the side, and
I'm
Yeah.
gonna look at Svein's behind.
and you find a hidden compartment that contains 2 potions, a tiny note, and another metal letter that is the letter E.
Ooh. Spain's gonna take the potions,
Okay.
and then he's gonna take the letter, and he's gonna say, whoa, wait a minute. Let's take a look at all these letters that we have.
Okay. So you spread out all the letters, and as of now, you have the letters. You have 2 A's. You have an M, an R, an E, and a J.
Oh, it's Jane Marie, by the way. Totally.
Ah,
Alright.
Kennam! I was going to say that! Kennam!
Here, we'll try again. Alright?
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. And Kennam closes his mouth. Like,
It's,
puts his hand over
I
his mouth.
think it might spell Jean Marie, but we're missing some letters.
Yes. Just for the sake of you guys, so far you are missing only 3 more letters.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should also note that at this point, as you are checking out this guest room, you hear the sound of a door smashing, like 2 doors from where you originally were, and a bunch of shenanigans happening in the blanket closet.
Okay.
Oh.
And there's no way out at this point, right?
No, the guest bedroom actually has, shock and surprise, another door.
Quick question. This is an off question, but I do need it answered. In relation to the room, how large is Lobe?
Lobe? Oh.
Yes.
Lobe can kind of awkwardly navigate through here. Like, that bed is definitely too small for him. This was...
But he's already too big for this room.
Yeah, kinda. It's pretty obvious this is not his type of room.
Okay, never mind that.
But yeah, there's definitely like that tussly noise, and JM looks a little panicked and hops out of Lobe's arms and points to the door.
The door to leave or the
yeah,
door
the door
to the...
leave. No, not the door
Yeah, move.
Sam's ready to rumble.
Yeah, no, JM is not ready to rumble. JM wants to get the fuck out of this room.
Oh, yeah, what size category is J?
JM is tiny. She is like barely a foot tall.
How big were the gargoyles?
Too big for us.
Yeah, well, to be fair, they're probably as big as Lobe.
Okay, so
As big as who?
Lobe, you.
Oh, okay.
all right.
Well, the next room.
Next room it is.
Okay, you bust down this door, and surprisingly, it's Victoria's room again, or not Victoria's room. I'm sorry, that's what's written here. It's the baby room. So you're back in the baby room again.
Well, we've been here before.
I open the chest.
Still empty, but all right.
I get in the chest.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
I close the chest.
Okay. At this point, you now hear some shenanigans happening in the broom closet. A bunch of shit breaking and whatnot.
I'm not sure what your plan is there. Kennam.
Wait, I know what Kennam's thinking.
Let's ambush.
That's a brilliant idea. We all hide. Something's following us. If we hide, maybe they'll keep going.
Well, no, they're most certainly going to smash this room up, but we can ambush them.
Or,
Oh.
you know, hide and they'll keep going. You don't really know which.
I mean, they've been smashing up the previous rooms, right?
Yeah, I mean, alternatively, too, you could just kind of fucking keep running. That is also an option.
Well, it was nice knowing you, Kennam.
Oh my god. So what do you guys want to do? Kennam seems like he wants to hide and ambush. Lobe, what do you want to do?
I mean, is there anywhere Lobe can even hide?
Not really, no. This is a room for babies. Babies.
I see. That's why you chose this room, Kennam.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, he definitely cannot hide
Well-
anywhere.
we'll find a better place.
Okay, so you all leave this room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lobe can hide in the crib.
Yeah, okay. So you all leave this room. You're back in that hallway again, and JM is still out of Lobe's arms at this point, but she takes off, not towards the staircase you originally went up to, but to that rotten staircase.
Oh.
I guess follow.
Okay.
I guess so.
Kennam, are you still hiding, or?
No, not now. Follow the party. He's not going to try and take them on alone. He's not dumb.
He like gets in the box. He's like, "All right, guys, are you ready?" And then he realizes nobody's there. He's like, "Oh fuck." That's great. I love it. Okay, so you guys run to the end of this hallway, and JM is standing at the top of the rotten staircase that leads back down to the first floor, kind of close to the entrance. And she is pointing frantically at the stairs, and you notice that it is like a direct descent to the bottom floor. The staircase, like I said, looks super old and terrible, but she like points down the hallway, and then she points to the stairs, and she kind of keeps repeating this motion frantically.
Guys,
guess
I know how we can
stairs.
get... Wait, the stairs are the rotten ones, right?
Yes, they look super rotten and very unsafe.
Can we... Is there like a spot where we can see directly to the bottom?
Yes, they are definitely not high enough up that you can't see the bottom, but they're definitely high up enough that you'd have to make a really impressive jump to skip all of these stairs.
Okay, quick final question. So how long have we been in this mansion?
Probably about a half hour, close, encroaching in on an hour.
Okay. So I messaged Kat this when we first walked in, but I used my tattoo to summon my unseen servant.
Mm.
Okay.
I'm gonna have him quickly. Oof. Do you have enough time to do that?
I'll say this: as you're making this plan, you hear the guest room start to get fucked up.
Okay. I'm gonna have him. I'm gonna throw him the rope I took from Lannon
Okay.
and have him like tie it off to the door or something.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try and find like something I can tie it off over here, and we can zip line down.
Oh,
Oh
my
no,
fucking
not
God.
zipline, no! You know how well that went last
Oh my
time.
God. No, I love it.
Fine.
No, I love it. We're doing it now. We're making a zip line.
Alright, it's happening.
Yes, so I need you all then to make a dexterity saving throw with advantage because that's fucking rad as hell, and I was not thinking you would do that.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
Let's see. Got a 12. Let me try again. Well, I'm gonna keep that 12 because that's better than a 7.
Okay, so Svein has 12.
12
Yep.
and a 20.
Yo!
Oh! You doing a handstand zip line?
Yeah. What you got for me, Lobe?
Wait,
What?
I can use the second port and roll.
Okay.
Lobe, you said your dexterity's not bad, right? Your dexterity's bad, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay, I can just give you a 12 plus whatever dexterity bonuses you have.
I'll take my roll. I
What's
rolled
your
a
roll?
16.
Oh, you got 16? Nice.
Okay.
Here's my question. How's Kevin getting down? Because Kevin is currently, like, standing at these steps and looking at the zip line like, ha, no, I have no opposable thumbs.
I'll take him with me.
Okay, you'll take her with you. Okay, so Kennam, you sort of start this train off. You, like, whip off, like a scarf or something you had. You loop it around, and you've been through
Oh,
this.
it was. Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
I was like, I have a rope. Then I realized, oh, you're talking, not talking.
No, you actually have to get down there still. But you zip line down this, well, zip line. You've done this before. It's like you flash back a little bit to like the giant ooze.
I didn't do it then, actually.
Oh, you didn't do that one. That's right. Okay, well you watched everyone
fly.
do it.
Oh yeah, you're on a
Really
space
close.
adventure.
Yeah. But you watched everyone do it. And you're like, I so got this, and you just expertly slide down the rope, and you do like this sick flip dismount, and you see Jam, and she's like clapping her little cloth hands together, like. Lobe, we'll do you next. You scoop up Kevin, and you scoop up Jam. At this point, I want to know too that the baby room now sounds like it's getting fucked up. And Lobe, you scoop up all the little babies, and you slide down. The weight of yourself kind of slags the rope a bit, but you manage to get down in one piece. And then Svein, at this point, yes.
Can I quickly just mention I've got a levitate ready?
Okay, that's fair.
In case the shit goes south again.
Okay. So Svein, you're getting ready to do the zip line, and you hear the smashing sound of bricks again, and you actually turn down the hallway, and you see this like cavalcade of bricks hitting other bricks on the wall, and you see these two giant gargoyles look to the left, then look at you, and fucking take off. Like they are coming for you, baby. And you panic a little bit, and you kind of don't get your footing right, and you make it about halfway down the stairs, and your grip slips, and you start to fall. Again?
Oh no, not again!
Same.
My assumption is now the levitate comes in handy.
Levitate kicks in effect, yeah.
Okay. And just before you hit the staircase, and just before these gargoyles sort of tumble down the staircase and fall through the staircase, you feel an invisible force grab you. And you see Kennam sort of like holding out his it's a walking cane. His walking cane, like he's intently focused on trying to keep you stabilized. And you watch as this staircase just completely gives out into this fucking abyss below you. And you watch these two gargoyles plummet. And with your dark vision, you can see that they're plummeting into a basement. And right underneath these stairs, almost miraculously, seemingly out of nowhere, this vat appears, like this green, creepy, glowing vat, and they splash down into that vat, and instantaneously all of the stone starts to erode and like dissipate.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
Glad I had that in
Well,
effect.
thanks for the levitate, Kennam.
Good.
That was a close one.
You and zip lines, I swear.
Not ever using one ever again, no matter what.
Fuck zip lines. So you all kind of touch down on the entrance. Everyone's okay. Everyone's safe. And from below in the basement, you hear like this gurgling, belching sound. And through the remains of the staircase, you see these two metal pieces kind of flash in the light, and they're arcing towards you guys.
Duck?
Dodge.
dive.
Okay, you all duck, dodge, and dive as these two little metal pieces clatter against the ground. And JM runs over to them and carefully picks them up, like making sure there's no acid bits on there, and it rushes it back over to you guys, and you now have the letters E and I.
Does that make the whole thing?
You are missing
We still
one
need an
letter.
N.
Yep.
I think the letter N.
One letter missing. And I will tell you this much. You pretty much have explored all of this house. There's just one place you haven't quite looked yet.
Was it that place up in the attic? Is there another room?
No, we got a letter from there.
So you got a letter from the attic. There was another door, but JM was like, no, let's not, guys.
Wasn't that on the second floor?
I will say this, there is nothing else inside the house that you could find.
Hey, let's take another look at that fountain.
Let's go burn the garden.
Let's go burn the garden. Okay.
Well, we'll burn the garden after we find the letter.
JM, would it make you happy to burn the garden?
JM kind of shrugs. It's like, whatever.
Alright, well, get back outside.
Alright, so you
Yeah,
head back
found.
outside, and you notice that this house... Fairly good thing you did, by the way, because as you exit this house and you turn around, this house suddenly looks a lot worse for wear than when you first entered. It seems like time has now caught up to it.
Well, don't they all?
Well, kind of. This one in particular looked like it was pristine and new and almost frozen in time the day it was built. Now, however, you can see there's cobwebs forming on every corner of the roof. Like, the roof itself is starting to miss tiles. You see that the foundation is even starting to slag a bit. Like, now it looks like it belongs sort of in this abandoned town.
Whoa.
Yep, that sounds about
That's
right
weird.
for what we do.
Yeah, just destroy everything, I suppose.
And you kind of watch at this house in awe, like, holy crap, we were just in there and maybe we would have died. And as you're doing this, Lobe, you put Kevin back down on the ground because, you know.
Yeah.
Kevin can handle herself. You don't see JM anywhere, however. She is not in your arms anymore.
Is she in, like, the doorway?
No, she's not in the doorway.
No, I kind of like look around.
Okay, you
Make sure I didn't step on her or anything.
didn't step on her. You kind of scour the area looking to see where the hell JM went. And you catch a very brief glimpse of her. She rounded the corner around the house and she's going to the back.
This way, guys!
Oh, okay. Let's
All
go.
right.
So you make your way to the backyard, which is the one I was really fucking excited about, by the way. This is my favorite room of this house.
Dead?
It's pretty good. So you round around the house and you see this is a fucking gorgeous garden. Time has not seemed to catch up to it yet. There's like a beautiful vegetable plot. There's like rows of these, well, rows. Weirdly, they kind of look like rose bushes, but they also look glowy, like ethereal, sort of. Like maybe there's some sort of
Ooh.
The ghost of Rosebush Past.
No, that's not what I was gonna say. Like flowers that could exist underground with little to no light.
Luminescent?
Oh yeah,
bioluminescent.
bioluminescent. Yeah.
Bioluminescence.
Yeah.
And you are walking through this yard and you notice JM, And she is sort of running farther to the back where you see this picnic blanket of sorts set up, and you see a bunch of little stuffed animals all circled around the blanket. And they're all different animals. Like one of them looks like one of them is a bear, you see another one is a shark, you see one that looks like a giraffe, and they all look like they're also dressed in clothing. And she kind of runs over to them, and she's like excited.
But are there any platypi?
No, there's no platypi.
That's unfortunate. They discriminated.
And she's like running around all these dolls, and she's shaking hands and pretending like they are living too. But they're not. Like, she is interacting with these dolls, but they're not doing anything.
I mean, she is a child, from the assumption.
But yeah, that's what she keeps doing. And farther back, you see that there seems to be some sort of shed, and that is the entirety of this backyard.
Go to the shed.
Ooh, okay. Yes, let's take a look.
Okay. So you kind of walk past Jam. She's still playing with all the dolls and whatnot. And Kennam,
Yes.
as you walk past these dolls, remember that like weird skeletal, ghostly, fishy thing you saw on that ghost baby?
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing here. Like, you blink and just for a second you can see humanoid figures that may be the same size of halflings, but they're skeletal and freaky and animal-y, and they're gone in another second. But you saw them just for a millisecond. You saw them.
You just go on ahead. I'm gonna figure this out. And he's
Okay.
gonna sit on the blanket with JM.
Okay, so you're gonna hang with Jam.
Okay.
Lobe, Svein, you head up to the
Shed.
yeah, the shed. And it does seem to be locked, but not in the traditional sense. Like, there's no windows here, so you can't just like break a window and go in. There is just this door. And on this door, you see what looks like a carve out. And there are 9 little square carve outs, all sort of in a line on top of this door.
Okay, so we start to put the letters in those.
Yes.
Yeah, go for it. How are you putting them in? Like, what are you spelling?
I guess Jean Marie, except we're missing the N.
Okay, so you put all those letters in. It seems to make a word, so that's good. But you are missing that N. And as you contemplate where that N would be, Kennam, you are
Yeah?
over by JM, who is still sort of pretending to play with these toys, for lack of a better word. Creepy,
Gonna
creepy.
shake hands with each one of them, I guess. You know, gotta be nice.
Gotta be polite.
Hopefully one of them doesn't shake back.
JM seems really happy that you're sort of being more polite to the dolls than you were to her earlier. And she kind of like pats a seat next to her as if offering you to take a seat.
Kennam's gonna take a seat.
Okay. And you look back at the blanket, and quite suddenly there are a bunch of teacups and a teapot there that definitely were not there before.
Uh-oh.
And everybody has been served a little cup. And Jam stands up, and she picks up this overly sized comical teapot and pretends to pour something out into a cup, and then she pushes the cup to you.
Is there something actually in the cup?
As far as you can tell, no. It looks like she just poured air into it.
Listen, I've gone along with a lot of these things. I ain't drinking that. I'm sorry.
Jam actually looks really sad that you said that, and actually, as you look up at the stuffed animals, they seem to have moved slightly, like they're all now suddenly looking at you.
Oh.
Listen, I'll tell stories. We can have some entertainment here. I'm sorry, but last time I drank something given to me by someone else, it tried to eat me. I've kind of just grown around not doing that.
At this, JM sort of starts to tear up, like the little cotton balls are back, and she starts crying a bit. And you look at those animals again, and now they're all standing up, and they're looking at you.
Oh.
I swear if you spiked this, I'm going to kill you. And then he downs whatever's in there.
Jesus. Okay. So you take the cup back, and remember when I said there was nothing in it?
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, there was totally something in it. You feel like this cold, icy liquid slip down your mouth and into your throat. And the fucking world starts to warp around you. Like, you are no longer in this sort of dark, isolated garden with a house that's falling apart. You are suddenly in a fairly well-lit garden space. And all of the stuffed animals are gone at this point. Like, they have vanished. They are not in your vision anymore. But you do see next to you that same little baby from the child's room, but she's a little bigger now. She's maybe like 4 or 5, and you see her setting up this tea, like this little tea set. You see the pot, you see the cups, and she's setting them all up. And as she does, you see her look up at something. Here's the crazy thing. While you're having this vision, it is very, like, visually overwhelming. You can't hear anything, which is a little weird. But you see her look up at something, and she runs towards the back of the house, and you see there is another sort of kind of halfling standing there. Much older, looks a lot like, kind of like a, what do I want to give you? What animal do I want to make you? Kind of scaled too. We'll just go with that. Kind of has the same scaly cheeks as the little girl does, the same kind of creepy fish eyes. And he scoops her up and he like hugs her and they say something to each other. Again, you can't quite hear what it is. And then they walk back inside. And now suddenly you are sitting at this dining room table. And every seat has been filled at this point. You see more of these weird kind of animal-looking halfling creatures, which suspiciously look like the stuffed animals you saw earlier. Like, there's a person who has giraffe spots on their face. There's a person who has, like, crazy shark teeth. And they all seem to be fairly happy. Kind of looks like they're singing something. And you look farther down the table and you see that same little girl. And she has this monumental cake, just fucking like 3-4 layer cake with a bunch of candles on it. And the older fish-faced man kind of leans over and says something to her, and she smiles and she looks like she laughs and she blows out the candles. And then the scene shifts again, and you see that little girl is sort of lying in bed, like her dad had just tucked her in. And she is like dead asleep. He walks out of her room and he's talking with somebody else who, by your approximation, sort of looks like a healer, like a really ancient robe-wearing healer. And they're talking with each other, and the fish-eyed man kind of punches the wall, and he looks really mad about something, and he storms off before the healer can say anything else. And then the scene goes black, and you are suddenly assaulted with just this overwhelming urge, like anger, frustration, guilt, a sense of like helplessness, and you don't have control over your body anymore. Your body starts sort of walking forward, and you see yourself traveling to a lot of places you don't recognize. Like, there's these mountains that are floating in the air. You see these underwater cities that shouldn't exist, and you're following what looks like a figure. Like, you're following somebody, you don't quite know who it is. And as time passes, the scenes start to shift. Like, you're back in that house again. You're looking at the little girl. You have this sensation of helplessness. And then that figure you were following appears, sort of like out of the corner of your eye. And I want you to make me, in your case, a concentration check. like when you would do magic or cast a spell.
Oh shit. That is a 12.
A 12.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just out of the corner of the eye. You can't really make out who this is. And they're saying something. Again, you can't really hear what it is. And you watch yourself, from the perspective of this fish-eyed man, pull something out of your pocket, and you hold out a dagger. And it's a very familiar dagger, because this is the exact same dagger that both Winslow and the Smolderven King had. This is that curved dagger that pulls out seeds from people's bodies. And you see a different hand kind of smack it away, and you turn to face whoever had smacked it away, and they look really angry, and it looks like they're fighting with you. And Kennam, just before this scene cuts out and you're back sort of where you were, the person you're looking at is Ears. And then the scene cuts, and you're back on the picnic blanket with JM and all the dolls, who sort of have, at this point, flopped over onto their sides.
Literally, the first words out of Kennam's mouth are, "Well, goddamn." Also, I asked you not to spike my drink. Kind of glad you did, but...
JM just kind of smiles. And Lobe and Svein, I would assume at some point you had turned around to ask Kennam a question, but you sort of just watched him stare off in the distance for
Just
a couple
spacing
seconds.
out like, oh, there he goes again.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then suddenly you hear a clicking sound, and you turn around, and the last piece you need, that end, suddenly is in place.
Oh, well, there it is. How did we miss it?
Oh.
And it opens up. The door opens up, and it opens up into like this weird, creepy black abyss.
Well, all right then.
Okay. Should we wait for Kennam, do you think? Or should we just go in?
At this point, Kennam, you are allowed back in that world. You said all these things, and you notice that the door opened.
Okay. I'm gonna pick up Jay this time, and we'll meet up with the rest of the group.
Okay? So now you're all staring at this weird, creepy abyss.
Jam,
Yes.
thoughts?
Jam kind of looks at the abyss, and her little stitched brows sort of furrow, and she looks at you guys, and it looks like she's trying to communicate something to you, like she desperately wants to say something or ask you something, but her mouth is stitched closed and she can't.
Oh my god. Why haven't I thought of this before? Oh. We had this thought for Kevin, but this could work.
What?
I'm going to try and bind her to my Find Familiar spell.
What?
We were talking a while back about how I could make Kevin my familiar.
Yeah.
What if I was to try and do this with JM?
Shit. Yeah, you can try that. Go for it.
What do I even do?
Well, I'm actually going to leave that up to you, because that's a very personal, visual sort of thing that I'm interested to see how he will do.
Alright. So JM's trying to communicate this. Kevin's gonna... Not Kevin. God. Kennam,
Save the day!
Kennam is gonna set her down on... I guess we're on the grass, right?
Yes, we're on the grass.
Okay. Set her on the grass, kneel down, and say... I have an idea. I know we got off to a rough start, but how would you like to see the world? And he's gonna hold out his hand.
She's like immediately in that hand, like before you even said how would you like to see, she's just like, boom, in it!
And with that, I'm going, I guess, what, would I have to roll something for this to like try and bind it?
She is 100% ready to go. I just want like the visual magic of what this looks like.
Okay. then I guess with that, a hole would open up. Something similar to how I cast my rope trick, the hole that opens up to my other dimension. And I guess she would kind of just hang there until I call, like if I call her out,
Okay.
and I motion for her to get in there.
She kind of steps down off of your palm and starts to this hole, and then she looks at you guys, and she smiles and kind of does like a giggling motion, and then she hops through the hole.
That was strange.
Yes. Kennam, what did you do?
I just made that crazy ass doll my familiar. Which is a thing I can do, by the way.
Okay, and is that safe? Oh, okay.
Is it safe?
Is what safe?
Yes, is that safe, Kennam?
To do that thing you just did like 2 seconds ago.
I don't know.
Fuck it,
Okay.
let's find out. Okay, so what do you guys want to do now?
I guess into the abyss we go.
Do you all like hold hands?
I'm gonna quickly call her out.
Why don't we talk to Jam?
Yeah, because now, here's the special thing. I can telepathically communicate to my
Oh!
Now I understand. Son of a bitch. Fuck.
While your familiar is within 100 feet of you, you can communicate with it telepathically. Additionally, as an action, I can see through its eyes and hear what it hears till the start of my next, gaining the ability of any special senses it has.
Okay, so what are you doing?
I'm gonna call her back out and ask her what's up with the creepy shed.
Okay, let's just initial this for a second here. She hopped into that hole, and now she hopped back out of the hole, and she looks a little confused, like, wait, what? What? And then,
It was all formalities, hon.
and then you kind of ask this with your mind powers that you now have with this tiny, creepy doll. And she looks surprised, like she makes a sound, and she looks over at you, and she says, "You can talk? You can talk to me?"
Gonna give like a little pose and go, it's a thing I can do now.
And she looks real fucking excited about this. You actually see her like do a couple laps around the garden, like kicking and cheering and waving her hands in the air like she doesn't care. Also, as if she totally just forgot what you asked her.
Yeah, I was about to say. I know this is great and all, and we'll have plenty of time to expand upon this, but what's in the creepy shed, hun?
She looks over at the shed and she says, I don't know.
Bravo.
Hey, okay then. Cane raised. Kennam's gonna start walking into the shed.
Okay. The rest of you.
Svein's going in with his daggers.
His dagger's drawn.
Guess Lobe is gonna follow suit because he just watched Ballum just decide to walk in there.
Okay, Kevin taking up the rear. You all walk into this abyss. That's literally the best way I could think of it. Now the door fucking slams behind you. It finally came back around, and you are left to sort of just to float for a second in this darkness. Kennam, you're still walking forward, though. You seem to be able to still do that. And as you walk, you seem to hit something. Like you kind of crash into something, like face first. And very faintly, you see the outline of a door start to shift.
I got some wait for it.
Interesting.
Finish taking shape.
Okay, I mean, it's pretty much taken shape at this point. It's just a very faint outline of a door.
Guess let's open it.
Okay. You open this door, and you suddenly find yourself, like, dangling off the edge. Like, you open this door, and there's, like, this, okay, how do I describe this properly? You open the door, and you walk forward, and you are back up at that kind of hill spot where the cart was originally parked. And Ears and Winslow look like they were arguing for a second, and then Ears turns around and she's like, "Holy shit!"
Hi there.
Hello.
Wait, what? You're in there too?
We're in where?
Oh my god, what?
I imagine the back counts like a
And then you hear it. And like, Ears' whole face goes white, like, what the fuck just, what, but we just watched, what? And then Winslow steps forward and he's like, whoa, how did you guys do that? We literally just watched you walk down the stairs and walk through the town.
We went through the door in the shed.
What? What are you
creepy
talking about?
spooky. Creepy spooky things. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
I have a few questions for you later, but not the point. Let's go.
Wait, what the heck is that supposed to... And as she's saying this, you see, well, not see, first you feel this kind of quaking underneath your feet, and these jagged lines start cutting their way through the ground, like they kind of fissure past your feet, and they slink down the stairs, and they're like running through this town, and running up the walls, and it's just like this, it's almost like someone hit a window with a hammer, and now it's just spidering out in cracks. And suddenly, the whole fucking dome, this dome of sand that was protecting this village, just collapses in on itself. Completely burying this town in, well, sand. All except you guys. For some weird, spooky reason, you're still fine where you're standing. And as sort of like the dust and the debris and everything settles, you have this slope that used to be the town, and it's sloping back up into sunlight.
That's a thing that happened.
Well,
And Ears slowly turns to you all, and she's like, what the hell did you do in 10 minutes?
and Svein just taps Kennam and whispers in his ear, I think we destroyed another town.
That's 3 for 3, kids!
Correction, 2 for 3. We saved Azu on deal.
Okay, that counts. And we're gonna cut it off there with the assumption that literally all you had to do was ride the cart up this slope, get onto the back to the desert area, and